What's up, guys? I'm Shay. Welcome back to Overrev Garage. I know a guy that's got a car sitting in his barn. It's been sitting there for a little while. It used to run and drive. We got it going back in the day, a while back, but it's just been chilling in there, and it needs a revamp on life. So I got a hold of him, seeing if he wanted to get that thing back out on the road, do something fun with it, and he was all for it. He wants to do it. So that guy is my buddy Nate. What's going on, Nate? So he picked up this 62 Falcon Wagon. We both went down to Oregon, what, year ago? Yeah. Went and picked it up. Was in some guy's shop. He didn't really know nothing about it. Somebody else had owned it, buddy thing. He needed to get it rid of. So we brought it home. We were able to fire it up. It's got a little straight 6-cylinder 170 in it, right? The guy threw some parts at it. It ran, but it doesn't do burnouts. It's not super cool. So I think we're going to change that. I think we're going to yank this motor out, throw a little power under the hood, find a donor rig with something we can use, and make this thing cool again. Bring it back to life. So stay tuned. All right, first stroke of business, this motor's got to go. 170 straight 6, 2-speed automatic, Ford-O-matic. She's a great little purring engine, but she's got to go. We got to put a V8 in this thing. So I do want to check the compression on it though, because it ran pretty decent, and we might save it and keep it for a project car down the road. So one of the cylinders, the compression was a little weak, but that was before we ran it. I'm gonna see if maybe the piston rings unseated themselves, our compression got a little bit better, and if it did, we might keep this thing in the back on a pallet and find another car that it could go into. Okay. Well, there you have it. Found our bugaboo of a cylinder, only 50 pounds, so we might still keep the motor. It could be good for a rebuild, or we just junk it.
You should know.
Yeah, that's what's nice about these big old cars, right?
I love.
They got big fenders, big door support.
Some Chevys, like the 1500, 2500.
Oh, yeah.
This like doesn't go like that hard line on that body right here.
Yeah.
Play with that as
Okay, we're just about there. Got her hooked up. All we gotta do is pull a couple more bolts down on the engine mounts, and we'll be yarding this thing out through the top. This is how you do it, right? I can get behind it. All right, we're heading out. We got a potential lead on a pickup out in like the Graham area. It's got a small block. We're gonna go see if we can get it to run, drag that thing home. That'll be a perfect donor for this Falcon. So we're gonna head out that way.
Let's go.
I mean, it looks like someone loved this motor. We can put a little carb. I'll go ahead and pull that into the fluid in.
She's open. You said it's primed up, right?
Nice catch. Yep.
Okay. Watch that throttle for me.
Hold up.
Oh, where's the pump on that? See if she takes off again. Throttle out. I'm gonna have to give her another prime. That's pretty cool. Right on, man. This guy's collection is off the chain. It is awesome. But you guys got to check this out. Way too cool. So must have a brake stuck on the truck or something. So we've got our little bit of a setup here. Snatch blocking. Go anyway. Give us room in the back. Oh. New day, new agenda. Got the truck in the shop. Waited till the morning. We are gonna start pulling this motor and trans out. I think we're gonna try to pull the core support on the front so we can just go right out the front of it. But transmission, we're kind of skeptical on. We fired it up last night. It's puking fluid. Wouldn't go into any gears. Fingers crossed that that's just because it's out of fluid. So we'll throw some new seals in it and should be good to go. If not, we'll be doing another transmission. Nice work.
Go hard! Ah, you got her. Yep.
We're gonna need more sawzall action. Woo! That's glowing under there. Honestly, I bet we could hook that strap up and start jacking the engine up, and then I can lift the tail end of this transmission and go right over top of this cross member, and then we can take it out later. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we were a little nervous to find water in the radiator hose in the bottom, some in the top. Little nerve-wracking, but wasn't gonna think about it too much. But now we got a freeze plug that's missing out of the back, and I don't know if it might have got pushed out from a freeze or if someone took it out. I wouldn't imagine somebody would have took it out, but we got a lot of questions about this motor that need answers. Take this thing for an hour-long drive. Make sure it runs.
I pull this motor right here.
Yeah. So you're buying this $5,000 rig just for the motor? You betcha.
You got a cracked block. You want to put it back together or what?
Okay. You grab the back. Oh, shit. It's not. Yeah, it's just stuck on the pulley. Sure. Alrighty. We're gonna tear this motor down. We know it ran, we're just gonna do a brief inspection, put some new parts into it, some new gaskets on it. A little nervous about the freeze plug being out, so that'll kind of help when we take the valve covers and intake and maybe even take the heads off, just make sure we don't see anything obvious. Like we said before, we're gonna run it anyway, so we're just gonna start taking all the accessories off, taking all the pieces off, get it cleaned up, and make it look a little refreshed, bring it back to life. Never a good sign to find a push rod not even in the rocker. I don't know what to make of that until I guess we tear it down a little bit farther. Yeah, I mean, we heard it run, it was obviously misfiring, but that's interesting. Starting to come up.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Gear strip.
Well, good thing we got a new cam coming for it anyways. Oh, mama. Okay, so now that Nate's got all the rockers off of here, we can obviously see that we've got an issue where the push rod was off of the rocker. If you take a look at all these valves, they're obviously at the top of their seats. This one is stuck down. So we gotta take the head off and we'll take a look and see if it's just been stuck over time, and then we might actually bent it when we fired the motor up in the field because it obviously couldn't compress that valve. So bent that push rod in the process. But we'll take it apart and actually see from the inside what's going on with that, if that valve seat's stuck because of rust or if we can free it up. Yeah. So there's our culprit right there. And I'm just curious if we take that thing apart, try to look in that valve seat. Of course, I need my spring compressor. But I almost wonder if it would just pop back in place. So noticed a little bit of a shine right here on the valve, like it might have been touching a piston. Looking down in here, you can see kind of shiny here, and it's got a lip. So when we were running that with that stuck valve, it was contacting that piston right there on the top of the head. Okay, catching you guys up a little bit. Cylinder heads off the old motor. We ended up junking those things. They were gonna need new valve guides. The valves underneath the seals had a bunch of moisture in them. They weren't in good shape. It was going to take us a lot of work to get all of that taken care of, and then on top of that, the pitting inside a couple of the cylinders. They weren't really worth it, at least not for right now with the time crunch we're on. So we picked up a new set of heads. Nate did. He went down south. They're actually E7 heads, so a little later model head, but they've got a little bit of work done to them, a little bit of porting. So we'll just double check some of our push rods, our lengths, make sure our rocker geometry's in the ballpark of where we want it, and slap those things on there. We might even get a little bit more compression, a little bit more horsepower out of it. So that's our plan. So this is how you pull cam bearings without removing your crank. Definitely not recommended. Okay. If you're thinking, that's not how I would have done that, you're probably right. Smooth and carefully. So we got an issue. Our cam is not fitting. And this is the old cam. We just did that to make sure we didn't have a grind issue on our new cam. But something's not happy. Obviously it's a bearing issue. I don't know if our bearings are just too tight of a tolerance, but once it's just about home, she does not want to go in, and she don't turn well either. That is nice. Okay, a couple things have happened over the course of the last couple days. Our engine is not quite panning out the way we expected it to, so we're in a little bit of a holdup. Nate, you took it over to a shop. What was the deal with that? We tried to put the cam in it. Cam didn't fit.
2 out of every 10 engines they get, they have to take a thou or two off a cam to get it to fit right. Cams, make sure they were square enough. I mean, we threw the new cam in, it got stuck. Threw the old cam in, it got stuck. So just kind of gave it to them. Let's make sure they put it in right. So we're going to have to take it out later. So
yeah, I think we just kind of ran past our abilities on that. Once we put the new bearings in, we knew we had a problem when the cam wasn't setting in. We thought it was maybe something we might have screwed up, not getting the cam bearing centered in the journal possibly, but after talking to them, they think it might have kind of been a little past our abilities. They're actually going to shave that cam down so they can fit it in the block. So whatever, we'll let the professionals do it. They can get that cam put in there the correct way. And like Nate said, once we get the motor back, we can basically slap it into our wagon. But that means that we've got a little downtime on our hands. So you probably noticed the car doesn't have any seats in it. So we're going to do a little upholstery work on it. We've got a couple seals we can put in the transmission. We're going to do that. We're just going to get all that prepped and done and get that ready. So that way, once our motor comes, we can roll right into it. I was really hoping to get you guys one episode done on the road. That's life. Stuff happens. So might break this up into a couple different if you guys want to stick with us through it. So
some seats.
Let's do some frickin' seat work. Thought you were gonna do Indian blankets, mate.
Honestly, thought it was too.
That is when
I can't really say anything. Like, interior is a nut ass black steering wheel.
you want to tuck this side in first, and then whatever. We don't have to cut both sides. You can lay it all the way back.
I was gonna say.
That almost looks like a real seat.
It almost looks like you know what you're doing.
Look at that. Now just put the seat cover on it.
Yeah, just hold it right here and we'll try to put the seat cover.
You can finagle the seat cover over this. I think that would work.
Yeah.
These don't like.
You're gonna be fine.
The pockets go on the bottom.
Yeah.
There's pockets here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually do remember that. Being on the phone.
Yeah, sorta.
Sure.
Kinda, sorta.
Why not? Yeah, let's go with what you said.
Should I pull some of the foam out so it wraps around the bottom here?
Nah.
Because your back foam will go down in there too. But I just worry, like, from right here, this might be kind of like hard on their legs
Yeah.
because it doesn't wrap down around.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Inhale some of the seat.
COVID.
That's good right there.
Is that old seat material or mouse nest?
Yes.
I have to get it the back on there too somewhat, and then
Because the back, because the back's going to pull this way.
Spitballing here about how you gonna get your seatbelts through the phone.
Figure that out when it comes to it.
Hindsight's 2020, right?
Stop thinking so far ahead. So, does it tie from here underneath the seat up to here? You have instructions? You've had those the whole time?
Yeah, it's the Rockies.
4 loopholes. The back should have 3.
It doesn't have pictures?
No.
Is it a pop-up book?
Yeah, I remember this in school.
Tie the front end of the cord to each. It's gonna take some time for me to read.
Find it?
Yeah, I got one. Nope, that's not a loop.
It's not a loop?
There were loops on the backside.
Yeah. Well, there's loops down on like the seam. There was. They're obviously gone now. I got one right here.
I want to see if I can't locate the other one.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Got a loop here or here. Do you want to go here first? And then, who was a Boy Scout? Something like that. Just tie it like a temporary knot.
Yeah, once we tie these ones down too.
Yeah, I sent you down, get it tied, it'll look pretty good.
Now to the back, and then we'll tuck. I think we just wrap it literally right around the side like this.
Got a staple gun?
We'll just pull the corners tight.
Oh, are you just using the seat to hold the phone then? Or the cover?
The
to hold
cover,
phone?
I kind of think so.
Is there that little eye there? Can you get to?
Shake. You see what he's looking at?
Oh, I got it. Is that glass? Got me down here working in glass. I got the loop.
Oh.
You can lean it back. Okay, pokes through it. There you go.
Okay.
Man, good job. Teamwork's making.
Can you reach it? I don't want to let go of it. I got it.
Go ahead.
You don't have it. You don't have it. I feel it. You don't have it. Sideways and I'll take the lines off. Oh my! Oh. You want me to get that in?
No.
Here.
I just need to reposition myself.
Come on.
That's the head.
Hey! Okay, there we go.
Hold on.
So while the boys are finishing up on the seats, which are coming out awesome, by the way, for a seat cover and some foam, highly recommend it. I don't know what everyone complains about on interior. Super easy. I'm going to start wrenching on his C4 transmission. It was puking fluid like we were talking before, so I'm going to take the torque converter out of it. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm no transmission expert, but definitely know it needs a couple of seals, filter, pan gasket. So I'm going to get started on that.
Right next to your cup.
Oh, that just gets...
Well, if there was germs, they're not there anymore. Or oh, come on.
Okay, come on in, boys. Hey, these.
Those still back.
All right, well, that could potentially be a wrap. That's at least a wrap on the day, but seats look killer. We got interior. We're on our way. That way, once we stuff the motor in there, we got something to sit on while we're doing burnouts. Our buddy Dakota came over, helped us out. It was a 3-man job for sure, so that took a big part
2.5
of the load off. Yeah, yeah, 2.5. Yeah. And the transmission, we got new seals in the transmission, and that one's still up in the air. We haven't even verified that that works, but at least it's got new gaskets in it, so it shouldn't puke fluid all over the place. So hang with us. We're gonna get that motor back, and once we do, we're slamming, man. We just got to put motor mounts, do some exhaust, fab a couple things, and she's ready to go. Maybe link and lock the back.
Yep.
Get a two tire fryer.
Yep.
But until next time, stay with us. All right.